It's the lesson with Mr. Clark on Lake Effect Radio.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right, all right, all right.
Hey people, thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I did. So just to let you know, we didn't make it to Facebook this week because Mr. Clark felt like he looked a little too rough to be trying to get phone quality video. But hey, we're here. I'm in the studio with an old friend of ours. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh man, I got to introduce myself. Okay.
You could have just said hi. As Mr.
I mean,
G.
shoot, but you know, you do it better than me.
That
I'm not
slow talk.
I'm not the introducing guy. Well,
What's up? It's Mr. Gio. Back in the studio.
You make me sound like one of the dudes in family. Hello. Nah, I'm Gio, and I'm here. He invited me. He called me.
What we're not going to do is start that. But we're going to start the show. So this week in Teachable Moments we have so like a lot of stuff has been going on with Mr. Clark, but he's been trudging through. So in testimony of what that is, I wanted to kind of give not a motivational speak, but I wanted to reach out to those who might not have the confidence in themselves that they should. So this week's topic is adversity actually builds character. So those of us who didn't necessarily grow up in a two-family home, who kind of maybe lived in poverty, if we took advantage of our parents took advantage of, or our guardian, who could have been our grandmother or our uncle or our aunt or just someone, took advantage of those government benefits, we kind of had oftentimes look down on ourselves and don't have the necessary confidence that we should. And I wanted to reach out and say, don't look at those things as a negative. Look at those things as a positive, because in a way, you've probably already been through the worst. So you know how to make something out of nothing, opposed to those who have been privileged, who may have grew up in the suburbs, who may have had two parents, who may have went to the more pristine public schooling or private schooling, if you will. So my message to you is to understand what you've been through and kind of where you're at. Because a lot of times we don't give ourselves the credit for the change, right? So let's say if you started at a 1 and now you're at a 5. Well, someone at a 7 who started at a 6 will look just spectacular to you. But they only made a 1 increment change, where you made about 4. So while they may be doing better than you, look at how far you've come, because that's totally different than where you're at. So that's kind of been my testament this week. And that's what I wanted to speak towards. And I'm going to continue that conversation. And I didn't want to take it here. I kind of just wanted to speak to it and leave it alone. But in Teachable Moments, we always find a way of relating it back to what's happening in the news or pop culture. So I'll be remiss to not mention our girl. Well, my girl. I don't know if you guys have taken a liking to her in the same way I have. Miss Black China.
Oh my goodness.
She has come all the way up. And considering her background as a stripper and considering how young her mommy is, let's just say her childhood probably wasn't the best.
Okay, Mr. Clark, how did she come up?
Hey, strategic
pregnancy,
strategic social engagements in climbing.
Oh my God, man! You make it sound like when a person who's
it's a skill to be. It's a skill.
When the person is a janitor and they call themselves a floor technician, what are they? Okay, social engagement.
It is a skill to be able to navigate networking in such a way that she has. So I commend her for her tenacity in working the social circles in order to make herself more acclimated with things that are of wealth.
You know what? I come here and I always look at the board of words that you can't say, but I'm looking at one right there. just what she is.
Oh, did he do it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He didn't have to go there.
I had to, because I mean, that type of social climbing. Like, what skill does she actually have other than moving her gluteus maximus?
Well, she is. She's very abreast to. Let me do it. Give me a second.
Come on, Mr. Clark.
To aesthetically advancing herself with cosmetics. That is a talent in itself.
You think that woman is beautiful?
What?
Have you seen her?
She is very beautiful. You're trying it right now.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
See, this is what's wrong with I don't want to go there and make it racial. This is what's wrong with America as a whole, because of her background and her back, she don't get the credit she deserves, whereas someone of wealth who does the exact same thing.
What has she done?
Kim.
Oh my! What is Kim Kardashian
We don't look
done?
at her the same way.
Yes, I do.
Just because she was already
one
rich,
of them board
she
words
get to
too.
she get to be a high class board word. That's not right.
She's a $1 one. Listen, okay.
It's not right.
None of them have talent. What did they do?
She knows how to cook. She knows how to engage men in a way to make them forget about where she comes from. And I think that's a talent.
That they have a service for that.
You agreed. That's what that stutter was like.
No.
Well, she's a social counselor, if you will.
Oh my goodness.
She got him out the house, didn't
Listen,
she?
you are good.
I know, right?
You are really good.
Can spin that story.
You should really be in PR.
I will work on it, you know?
For real. Because you just really gave her so much unneeded props.
I think she deserves props. I think when you take someone who has been downtrodden and are able to rejuvenate their spirits, which is, look, there's a lot of good people in the strip club, and there's a lot of people who probably would have been successful in other categories hadn't they not been grown up where they come from. So maybe she could have been a psychologist or a chef or a makeup artist had she not saw the ends to a means or means to an ends in the avenue she decided to take. Lady Gaga was a go-go dancer before she...
That's a go-go dancer. She wasn't a stripper.
Clothes on, clothes off. That's the only big difference.
Yeah. She has talent. Don't compare. I couldn't name you a Lady Gaga. I do. At Poker Face, I know that song, but I know the woman has talent. Black China, Kim Kardashian, the whole. I mean, have you seen Rob?
We have such a narrow concept. I don't know why we have such a narrow concept of what talent is. I think talent is a lot of things.
What does she do that brings progress to the world?
If you can design a room in a way that no one has ever thought of before, that's a talent. If you can,
and I can call it ugly,
make eyebrows out of no eyebrows, that is a talent. If
that
you
is a
can
farce.
Make beauty out of horror, that is a talent. So you don't have to be able to sing, play a piano, or whatever else we consider traditional forms of talent to be, talented.
But she has not exhibited that.
You don't follow her, evidently, or you wouldn't be so harsh as on her judgment. She cooks well, and she's
have you eaten something she made?
It looks good on Instagram. It made me want to look up the recipe.
They got filters. Oh, man.
We're going to move on.
But as far as adversity goes, like she comes from like an impoverished setting or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're using what you got to get somewhere. I guess that's the only silver lining I can see in it.
And then it was the significant jump in status that I wanted to highlight, that she came from adversity, and because of the character she has built in that situation, she has been able to make these social climbs
while using her feminine wiles.
They're mutually beneficial for the people involved, because I don't think he feels taken advantage of in a similar way that maybe Kanye West would.
That's because he's getting a bad black woman. Come on, it's Fat Rob Kardashian, the bastard son of the Kardashians.
You're really going far today. Mutually beneficial. That I'm gonna leave it there. I think it was mutually beneficial in a way that it hasn't been mutually beneficial for Kanye West. And
you can't listen now. Now you've invoked Kanye West into this. That man is a star and has talent. He's brought.
I'm saying his relationship in the
brought
social
them up.
Right. It has not been mutually beneficial in the same way as Rob's.
Because he's bringing something of value to them.
I think she's bringing something of value to him.
Kanye West has brought all new exposure to the Kardashians that they probably would never get.
If we go into the context and the concept of mental health and being able to bring somebody out of depression without medication,
and then bring them back in. You heard of Lamar Odom?
I'm talking about Blac Chyna. You talk about Chloe and Kim.
All of them.
They forced depression upon you.
Isn't she getting ready to get married to this guy?
Who?
Blac Chyna.
You see why you mixing the stories like that? You making it confusing for the listeners.
Because in a macro sense, she's going to be a Kardashian.
So you feel like her powers are going to switch over once her name changes?
No.
So she would still be able to keep him out of depression as opposed to the other half of the line who are pushing people further into it and insanity.
Well, I seen him on Snapchat. She was trying to help the man lose weight, so that's positive.
Yeah, and he's out of the house and he started his social network. The point was that through adversity, she has been able to, make moves. And adversity versus privilege, right? So while they may have looked down on her or what she was capable of, she's doing a lot. She has known to copyright her name. She has multiple business running. She isn't even attached to anybody. She's not even really attached to Rob no more. Like if you look at her Instagram, it's me, Blac Chyna, Angela Renee Kardashian, soon to be, making these coins on my own and showing what I know how to do and profiting off my talents. Cause I ain't seen a poll Instagram since forever. So she's selling beauty, she's selling health, and she's selling wealth.
Blac Chyna, she was out there with Amber Rose, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's how
I knew who she was.
Yeah. And you was doing all that talking, you couldn't even place her.
It was in the back of my mind. I was trying to where did I see her? Yes, I follow a twerk account on Instagram.
So my point was, people, to close this teachable moment.
This is very teachable.
That let's say one day, because you've been through adversity, let's say one day all the benefits that you've been able to accrue get snatched away. You know you can build those things again because you've done it in the first place. Whereas somebody who has always been a rider of sorts from someone else's success won't be able to build those or won't be as prepared for the hard times as you are. So know that a time will come where the great equalizer will happen, and that will distinguish the strength of adversity and the catch-22 of privilege. And I'm going to leave it there.
You know what? I definitely agree with you on that statement. Oh, yeah.
You said it. He said it. He speaks so deep at times. It almost makes you feel like he has hidden thoughts behind it. Like, I feel you there. As if that great equalizing moment is soon to occur. And I didn't want to leave it on an ominous tone, but it's starting to feel like we all about to be out here and going to have to figure it out pretty soon. And I don't know under what circumstances that is going to happen, but doesn't it feel like something's on the horizon? Well, with that, I want to play this song because